Nova Food. Tatum Bartels.
Jaron Killerman.
Alex Babcock. Alex Agenhagen. Tara Cunningham.
Alex Henderson.
Molly Vito.
Oriana Ratzlow.
Tanner Cole.
Cindy Hoover. Ellis Fawcett.
Welcome back to another season of Panther Television. I'm Jaron Kellerman.
And I'm Matt Blair. The school year started off in a typical manner, with students lining up to get their schedules. Despite a little trouble getting the right locker combination to the students, the day went on as planned.
At the morning assembly on the first day of school, Mr. Bowman recognized last year's academic letter winners and explained the rules and expectations for the new school year, including, in addition, Saturday school.
3 office referrals in 9 weeks will put you in Saturday school.
Some new teachers have joined the staff at PHS. One of those teachers is Mrs. Weisar. Oriana Ratzliff has more.
Mrs. Weisar joins the PHS staff as a part-time English teacher.
This is my 25th year in full-time at the school teaching.
In those 25 years, Mrs. Weisar has been a school counselor, elementary teacher, and substitute. She now takes on the freshman English classes.
Right now we're working on short stories, and the first one that we're doing this week is very suspenseful, so hopefully they'll enjoy that.
Mrs. Weisar uses a variety of methods to keep her students engaged.
A lot of times I use the PowerPoint where we have different points that we need to look at. Today we were partner reading with a partner. We also use apps on our iPad, so again, a lot of variety.
So what is your favorite part about freshman English?
I honestly like Miss Weisar. She is a fun, creative, interesting person.
Harry, what are you most looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to the poetry and drama section that we're going to do in the spring because I really like writing, and poems are really cool. They express your feelings.
I love the part where kids learn, and that part is great, don't get me wrong, but I also love the part of knowing that you made a difference in somebody's life and they come back later and tell you that. That's probably the most important part to me about teaching.
For PTV, this is Oriana Ratzlow.
Last year, Mrs. Side saw light and left Norton for a teaching job here at Phillipsburg. And yet another teacher has left the dark side. Mr. Weinman previously taught at Smith Center but has come back to Phillipsburg.
1998 PHS graduate John Weinman returns home to continue his teaching career.
Yeah, my first job was at Smith Center. I've been there the last 4 years. I went there out of school because it was close to home, and I wanted to get a start in a school that I wasn't familiar with.
Mr. Weinman will be teaching the web class this year.
Well, the web design class is new for me. It's different for me than my other math classes because it's not, a lesson, homework test-based class. It's more of a project-based class. Our main goal is to take care of the district's website. So the kids are assigned to different parts of the website, and it's their responsibility to do the work and take care of those things. We've changed companies on who's hosting our website, so everything's completely new. We're having to replace everything, so we're starting with what's probably easiest for them to do and easiest for me to get them going with. First year back, I think it's going to be big for me to build relationships with the students and the staff. That's my main goal for year one.
Reporting for PTV, this is Molly Vigil.
Another familiar face that has a new role at PHS is Mr. Kenny. Tanner Cole has more on that story.
A 1994 graduate, Mr. Kenny returns to the halls of PHS.
I graduated in here at this school, so I think getting up here and seeing the kids in the classroom besides on the wrestling mat or on the football field or sporting events I think it's kind of neat for me to see them in the classroom and how they learn. And I always wanted to be in the coaching field and deal with athletics, so the only really way that you can be a coach is you need to be a teacher also if you're going to get a decent living out of it. So I decided to go into that, and once I've started teaching, I love working with kids, so kind of fell in. Last year I was at the elementary school and I was teaching 3rd and 4th grade. High school level is a little bit better. Kids know technology. I can use a lot of different technology things with the kids. I think motivation can be a little bit higher.
Along with teaching PE and study skills, Mr. Kenny will also be the new assistant athletic director.
I'm one of those people I hope I can do things right. So it's going to be one of those jobs that's going to take me a while to learn and get up to speed, and so I'm actually comfortable with it. I think it's going to be a great year this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Reporting for PTV, this is Tanner Cole.
Mr. Roth, who graduated from UNK and K-State, will teach the vocal classes this year.
New vocal teacher Robert Roth discusses one of the skills he wants his students to learn this year.
In my classes, I think it's important that we learn how to sight read music. That is, look at a piece of music and just by looking at it, be able to tell how it sounds inside our head. So in my classes, we're going to be implementing a lot of sight singing drills, learning how the different notes relate to one another and seeing how they progress in music, so we're not all baffled by it when we're first put in front of it. So sight singing from the get-go.
Mr. Roth's love of music began when he was a kid.
I'd have to say I was inspired by my music teacher, Randall Warner. I was beginning a 5th grade band, and I saw him just warming up one day on the trumpet. He was playing, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I want to try that. So I guess that's where my love for music started, was playing 5th grade band. So I played trumpet and played through college, and then I started to get into singing in college, and I really enjoyed that. My favorite part about teaching is seeing the look in a student's eye when they finally get that concept, that little aha moment, that click, and seeing a student come to that point after months of practice and hard work. It just really makes me feel good. They feel good, and it seems like it all paid off at that point.
For PTV, this is Tatum Bartels.
One of the items on many people's back to school list is a new pair of shoes.
Have you ever wondered what your shoes say about you? Ellie Henderson has more.
They say you can tell a lot about a person by their shoes, but what exactly are your shoes saying about you?
I use shoes to define myself because it says that at some point in time I did have a fashion sense, but a majority of the time I just choose not to use it. It's definitely a priority to have multiple pairs of shoes in life. That way you can have a different pair for every occasion that comes up. Shoes are kind of like the finishing touch to your outfit. Accessories kind of like sprinkles, but shoes are like the cherry on top.
People wearing Vans are said to be mostly low-key and into style, while Converse are for the individuals who know who they are. And someone wearing Crocs is not afraid of expressing themselves or sticking out. So no matter who you are, whether that be a worker or a player, you can be sure that your shoes are saying a lot about who you are. For PTV, this is Ellie Henderson.
In our sports report today, we focus on the football and tennis teams. First, Isabella Futh has a report on the tennis team.
The tennis season is in full swing, and Coach Jarvis tells us about the outlook for the season.
This year, our season, we're hoping to get somebody back to state this year. We have a lot of experience at the top end and girls that have been really close in the past. And then we have a lot of new girls out. We have 27 on our squad, so we're hoping to just get a lot of experience to some young kids, get them excited about tennis so that we can continue to build the program. On some days with our practices, we are having split practices. So the top 16 kids come at 3:15 and stay till 5:15, and then the other kids come at 4:30 till 6:30.
Coach Jarvis organizes trips for our tennis team to get excited about tennis and to bond together as a team.
The second biggest professional tournament in the United States is held at Cincinnati, and so the kids worked on raising money and paying their way, and we took a tour bus and went and spent 2 days watching the top tennis players in the world play tennis. And we went to Kings Island Amusement Park, we went to a dinner theater, we did some shopping, and just had a general all-around vacation, team building before the season started. We just got off to a hot start on our first week of practice, and the girls are hanging in there pretty well. We will have a lot of tennis tournaments and a lot of results to report before long.
For PTV, this is Isabella Futh.
I had a chance earlier to talk with Coach Covington to get a preview on this year's football team. Let's take a look. With all the schedule changes, how do you think that will affect the year?
Well, we're playing a lot of teams that we've never seen before, and some of them are pretty long road trips. We go to Bennington, to Elsaline, which is in Brookville, Kansas, and we go make a long trip down to right outside of the Wichita area. So we play Sedgwick down there. So some teams that are pretty good driving distance, and teams we've never seen before. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a lot different for us and something new.
With a big senior class leaving, how did that affect your team?
Well, we lost 14 seniors, so obviously, and that's happened the last 2 years. So In the last 2 years, we've lost 28 guys that have played a lot of minutes for us. So we've got a lot of guys that have good experience. They're lacking some experience at the varsity level that I think they're going to step in and be just fine. These guys like to compete, and they're good football players, and they're going to come in, learn, and work hard for us.
What do you expect from your team leaders?
Well, I feel like we've got 5 very capable senior captains. We normally have 3 to 4, and we actually ended up with 5 this year, and I think they're all very deserving. They're going to provide great leadership for us. They've done a nice job up until now. They've held everybody accountable, pushing people to work hard, and they're the guys that make decisions for the team, and I expect them to do very well at that.
With a big freshman class coming in, do you think any of them will be able to contribute this year?
Yeah, I think there will be some time. A lot of times we like to work guys in, younger guys in on special teams especially, and once they prove themselves in those areas, then they'll step on into varsity level. So, yeah, there's some very good athletes in the bunch, and I think they'll be able to contribute right away.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Sure, Matt, anytime.
Yeah, what are your responsibilities as team captain?
Lead through warm-up, set a good example, go hard every play.
What team are you most looking forward to play, and why?
Norton, because they're a rival, they're decent, they're a good team, and it's always just a good game.
Our sports teams took part in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. The football guys challenged the tennis and volleyball teams. The next day, the other teams took the challenge.
The PHS football team ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. We are nominating the PHS volleyball team and the PHS tennis team. Go!
To wrap things up today, we have our fun feature of the week created by Alex Eisenhagen and Kenzie Hoover.
Hey guys, how's your summer? My summer was awesome. Mine is better than yours. Nuh-uh. Guys, mine was better than both of yours combined. Whatever. What store supply did you guys get? I have a sweet Ninja Turtle backpack. Oh yeah? I got these little frozen notebooks. Well, look at this cool My Little Pony lunchbox. Whatever. I tore that cupcake. It was mine. I was here first.
Boys, just split the cupcake.
That's it for another episode of PTV. I'm Jaron Kellerman.
And I'm Matt Blair.
Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.